Hey guys, welcome to the episode of Security Insights with Dylan White. I want to dive deeper in on job hunting. There are over 4 million jobs posted right now in the United States in technology, and 99% of us only search on really two websites. That's LinkedIn and that's Google, right? We're looking for jobs really in two places, and we're limiting ourselves. So I want to show you guys kind of a different way in which you guys can search using, you know, different websites, and then also then going back and using tools like LinkedIn to further that search. So one great website is WellFound. They came out of Angel List, which is a startup website, all kinds of different things. Feel free to read my blog on what Angel List is, but it goes into deep in depth and uses a lot of the startup mentality. So if we can search different websites in new ways, we can actually find and more or less easier navigate our job search. So let's get to it, right? So this well found is just like any other website at that point when it comes to job hunting. It has your profile, it has what your jobs that are available, jobs you've applied to, it has a direct message function, it has a discoverability. So everything that you could think of that LinkedIn has, besides obviously a social media aspect, it well found has, but it has access to startups, right? So it's more focused on startups, and then some different organizations that started in the startup model, but not be, might be more public based. So if we search, right, we go back to our traditional search methods. We see that you can add a job title in there. So let's say we want to look for a data analyst, right? See, right, data analyst. We can see how many jobs come right up with it. There's 52 different jobs. It's sorted by recommended. You can sort it by most recent. Like, how are other ways where we can get out of the box and get noticed by the hiring managers faster? That's always should always be our focus. How can we get to the hiring managers first? Because usually hiring most organizations keep their job postings up for maybe 2 to 4 weeks, but they've already found and identified somebody most of the time within the first week. So how do we can get to them the fastest? Obviously, let's go by the most recent. And so when we see this, right, we see a recruiter review today. So you can also get other metadata that shows, hey, recruiters actively looking for candidates, right? The recruiter wouldn't go look at it if they filled it, right, or if they're in like the third final round. So you can see that there's active interest in these positions, right? So posted today. And so we may not be looking at senior roles, right? We may be like, this might not be right fit for us. Recruiter review yesterday, brands insight analyst, right? What else is there? So another thing you can do is kind of add your filters to it, right? So right now I've put, there's some other things in here that aren't in others, right? So you can put your compensation, what salary you're looking for, equity. Those aren't familiar with equity. It's what business is willing to give you of their available cash, right? So if they were to ever go public, your equity is what you would get. So if you got 1% of $1 million, in essence, what they're going to give you is $10,000, right? That would be your equity for that 1%. For skills, right? That's common, right? We search on skills all the time. Markets, these are, healthcare, e-com, education space, enterprise software marketplaces. Those are what they've added, right? So that's another way in which you can filter. If you know you don't want to work in education, don't add education. Um, most job types, if you're not open to, you know, internships, if you're not open to contract roles, eliminate those. Keywords, we can always search in keywords, but you can also exclude keywords. So if you know you don't want to work with a tool like, Tableau, and there's a data analyst, like you have no interest in working that, add Tableau and it won't include any job with Tableau in it. Company size, if you don't want to work at any large companies, you can put whatever cap of employee size. If you don't want to work for very, very early startup stages, so you don't want to work for like Series A or seed stage startups, you want to work for more funded business, you can put that in there as well. You can also do only remote, so you can only look for jobs that are only remote. So let's say we've now searched it. Let's view. So we had 52 results. We now have 39. Let's view. All right. So we still have a couple of our very beginning ones. This brand insight analyst looks like a positive one. So let's see how we can dig further. So let's click it. Let's see what we got. So it's on-site or remote. It doesn't sponsor visas. It's one for the U.S. Anywhere across the U.S. though, right? Pacific, Mountain, Central, Eastern. Skills, BI, analytics, reporting, data analysis, statistics, research, Microsoft Office, project management. You get the gist, right? A whole bunch of different things. What are they looking for, right? So let's see responsibilities. You want somebody that can actively support multiple suppliers, distributor clients. They want somebody that can gather and analyze data. They want somebody to continuously monitor and track effectiveness of. They want somebody to stay up on alcohol trends. So create presentation reports, client projects, translate feedback into value adding solutions. So, just what did the ideal candidate have though? It's 1 year's of experience in business and intelligence, insights, research, analytics, or other related field. It's really anything around the data modeling, right? So visualization business, strong analytical and problem solving skills, independent capabilities. They want you to be proactive and adaptable, experience in business strategy and process improvement, intellectual curiosity about marketing and commercial activities, somebody experience with working in the beverage alcohol industry is a plus. So think outside the box on these, right? So sometimes you get in these jobs, and you're like, oh, I can never do it. Or somebody that's transitioning. Think of somebody that a bartender would be perfect for this role. Somebody that you can understand numbers. Maybe you're a bar manager, right? Like you've done metrics, you understand the bar business. That could set you apart in a job like this. Um, they want somebody that's in a so somebody with a bachelor's degree in a related field is required. I've seen where see people add that, but it's not necessarily quote unquote required. So make sure you reach out and ask. Um, so they offer flexible and dynamic work environments. They offer health, optional remote and in-person work environment, flex PTO. So they want somebody that will submit their resume right away. If this job isn't a fit, but you actually like what they stand for, right, as a company, you could see other jobs they have available. Right, they have a graphic designer available, presentation designer, data engineer. So you can see your brand insight analyst role. You might be able to work your way up to a data engineer eventually. Um, they also have multiple roles, right, for the brand insight analyst. So we can actually now, where I think you can level this up though. Let's see if Ground Signal isn't on LinkedIn, right? So let's go over to LinkedIn. This is my LinkedIn. So let's see what we got. So let's search for Ground Signal. They're definitely available there. So they're decent size, right? So you can see they're not brand new. They've got 3,000 followers. We click on the business. Let's see if we can't find some of the people. So we know they're data, right? So we can find somebody in the data world. Director of Engineering, design managers, brand insight analysts, right? So Erica Chen might be a perfect example. You could reach out to Erica and be like, hey, I see there's a position for a brand insights analyst role similar to exactly what you're doing. Could we connect, right? So reach out to them directly. This is a way in which you can go right to the source of somebody at the business and be like, hey, I have an interest in working with you one day. Is there a way in which we could just have a quick coffee chat? I'll send you a Grubhub, buy a coffee, whatever it takes, right? And just let's talk to each other, right? Let's connect on a different level and see if it might be a fit. And then if you do think it's a fit, could you possibly refer me? Could you review my resume? Those kind of things, right? If you think I have room for improvement, what can I do? Maybe you're not there right now, but maybe in 90 days there's still a position or there's another position. Like, hey, I've done this, and then maybe then they're willing to say, hey, that person might be a great fit. And one thing about startups is that by doing it this way, you have a much bigger way of getting in at that ground floor. And usually, it's always by referral based. People get hired, so it's always good if you start meeting people. So obviously, Erica Chen, who's a brand insight analyst already, is a good fit. Let me see if there's a couple others. So business intelligence, Ethan would be a great person, right? To also reach out to. So find different ways of people and people that you can connect to is always important. So let's do one more roll and see if we can't find another one that's different. So I'm targeting this kind of research more towards people that are transitioning because you got to think outside the box. Because LinkedIn is very wide net, but there's all kinds of people looking for jobs. And what we've seen, how many layoffs over the last 5 months. There's been hundreds of thousands of people laid off in different industries. How can we set ourselves apart is always key. So we went through a data analyst. Let's do something completely different. So let's look operation or actually customer service. Operations a little bit more basic. Let's do customer service. See what customers. We have 95 different customer service jobs. We left our filters on still sorting on most recent. So let's add remote back in. Let's say we want something not too small. So let's add everything that has gotten big yet. All right, leave it there. So we got still have 70 results. All right, so let's look for one. Operations associate, 40 to 50K. That's still a decent one, 20 to 25 bucks an hour. Let's look at onboarding specialist, so 35 to 50K, also remote. 50 to 60K, customer service operations, growing startup. Let's look at this one. So 25 to 30 bucks an hour. It's not extreme money, but it's definitely still good. Remote job. it's remote, but they want you on the West Coast. So you'd have to be West Coast, preferably in Hawaii. So look at those kind of baselines to see if it'd be a good fit. Obviously, if they're in the West Coast, this one might be perfect for you. How it works, their website, right? So a user with legal issues visits their website, downloads an app, and they can match them an instant quote. Decides to book a case, they can match them with local attorneys. So it looks like they match attorneys with people that might have legal issues. So the job description itself, you're going to provide potential customers with legal information so they can make an informed decision as how they want to handle their issues. You work with support and attorneys across the country. You use soft sales skills to encourage potential customers to use their services over the competition, right? So basically what they're offering is a value proposition, right? Hey, we are going to take your legal issue and partner you with the best attorney that can, you know, fight your case for you. So your responsibilities of this person: respond to customer emails, clerical and data entry, deal with escalations, learn the space, right? So familiar yourself with laws from the states, continuous learning, right? So everyone on the team is always learning. Qualifications, it's really not that crazy, right? Like exceptional customer service skills, written and oral skills, comfortable making phone calls, ability to multitask. And there's nothing crazy that they're looking for. What can set you apart though is if you're multi-fluent, you have taken any system experience, and you're familiar with the CRM. So they want to hire immediately. So they're always looking. So if you look, let's take that look one more time over to LinkedIn. Let's see what we got on the record. Legal. So here it is. They're based out of Seattle. We have 18 people you can reach out to see if there's somebody in customer service. So here we got customer service person Kate Jones. We have another customer service specialist Shannon. We have a couple account managers. So these are all people you can reach out to and just ask them if they'd be interested in having, you know, a 15 or 30-minute coffee chat with you. Just say, hey, I saw a position available on WellFound. I also saw um, found you on LinkedIn. It'd be great just to have a conversation about my capabilities and see if it'd be a good fit. So when you think out of the box, you open yourself up to more options. Get off of LinkedIn to find your entryway to a job, and then take it to LinkedIn for the social media aspect and actually having a conversation as people to take your application further. So I would apply on WellFound first and then dive in. Find that person and just be like, hey, I saw this. I applied to it, but I'd love to have a coffee chat. I found you on LinkedIn and go from there. So I really think if you just kind of step your search game up a little bit, you could actually find roles that were a much better fit and get you to the actual interview stage faster. So if you like this video or like more content like it, please hit the like and subscribe button and let me know in the comments. Thanks again. Until next time.